Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA. And we are talking about pet therapy with Marlina Velasco-Barker, who is my right hand at Answers for Elders, as we talk about how therapy animals make a difference in the lives of Alzheimer's disease. And obviously, Marlina, I want to end this hour with you talking about the whole science behind AAI and how it affects and helps those with Alzheimer's disease. Would you give me kind of an overview?
Sure, absolutely. So, Suzanne, I know you're participating in some events here coming up on the 7th in Burlington. I'm participating in an event in Seattle on September 28th, focused on ending Alzheimer's. And so there's an article that I found on the Alzheimer's Association website called Pet Power. I love it so much, and I hope we can share a link in the YouTube.
Absolutely.
Details. So you just see all these pictures of people that have different types of dementia. Obviously, Alzheimer's one of them, and pictures of with their pet, whether that be a resident that they have with them, meaning a resident pet, we call them, that is maybe handled by one of the employees, or a resident pet that is the mom or the dad lives as a resident at these places and at these communities that they live. And it's so amazing watching looking at these photos, the bunny, the dog, the horse, and the smiles, the big grins. But guess what? Along with the grins, also there's science that has been done. And a lot of the science has to do specifically with many of the types of dementia out there, Alzheimer's specifically. And so if you take a look at a lot of the studies that are peer reviewed in biomedical journals that are done, it is absolutely astonishing to me what the benefits are cognitively to every one of these people who are suffering from some sort of dementia, right? So it's referred to specifically as AAT, which stands for Animal Assisted Therapy, which is the same thing as the umbrella of AAI, which is Animal Assisted Interventions, just for clarity reasons, because the study refers to AAT and it says improves a person's mental and physical health in the area of mental health as it relates to automatic relaxation response, reduces the feeling of anxiety, contributes to lowering of loneliness, and to help in the recall of memories. Now, I don't know about you, but I just got tingles reading that because it is very, very obvious and apparent. And here's a couple more bullet points that I feel are really significant. AAT, and again, that's Animal Assisted Therapy, helps to reduce blood pressure and improves cardiovascular health, decreases the amount of medications, reduces physical pain, and helps children with autism to get engaged in social interactions. So big words that this study is showing and saying that the results of humans who are in maybe a clinical setting, or maybe they're living at home and you're their caregiver, I highly recommend including AAT or AAI in the whole big picture.
Absolutely. And, the thing that's so important about all of this is that, I think almost every individual out there wants to do something to make a difference in the world. And many people they have an animal at home. Maybe they feel like, is this all there is? I want to do something that can make a mark. It's a great way for a retired person to take their dog and to go out and visit senior communities, memory care communities. It's a great way just on an individual level to, do a little bit of training with your own pet to be able to go visit a family member or different things like that. It's an important process of healing, especially in the whole factor of dementia and Alzheimer's, where they may be so far progressed in the disease that they may not necessarily engage in conversations anymore with human beings. They may not understand. They may be living in a different world. But the good news is, in many cases, that animal can still connect with them in ways that there's no way. I have seen miracles happen where, an Alzheimer's individual is in so far progressed Alzheimer's that they pretty much are, in a vegetative state all day, or they but they'll hold a baby doll, or they will do something like that. And you bring in a pet, a therapy dog, and they light up. This is what we're talking about, and the lives that we're touching it's so incredible. And I'm so honored that we have people like you out there, Marlina, that is leading the charge, and that we have all the teams that we do now. And of course we're still spread thin because the demand is so much larger than what we can accommodate. I know that your team always welcomes new teams to join in with Washington Therapy Dogs, and certainly even more. So, it's been such an incredible journey to be a part of, Marlina, and you've been amazing.
I love everything you said, and it warms my heart. One of the communities that we've been invited to in downtown Seattle, we went there every month for about 6 months, and I'm gonna cry. We're in the room, there's 10 in the memory care on floor 9, and we've gone there multiple times. And it was the first time that I saw this resident. She's in a wheelchair, and just like you described, Suzanne, she was catatonic. And this is not to make fun, but those of you that are watching the video, I just want to model for you how she looked to me. She was like this.
Yeah.
And her hands were right at her side, tucked right next to her lap. Aaliyah pulled, and I mean pulled, and she never pulls, Suzanne. She pulled me toward her. She rested her chin on her lap for at least 5 minutes, waiting for her to have an interaction with her.
Oh my goodness.
I asked the nurse, does this resident love dogs? Has she had dogs in her childhood? She didn't really have an answer for me. And I said, can you walk over here and help us? Because I wanted her, because I really don't want to touch their residents, but she can as the nurse. And I was hoping that the nurse would help her with the hands. Well, guess what? In the 10 seconds it took for the nurse to walk from the wall that she was standing next to until the person moved, it was literally like everybody's jaw dropped in the entire room, all the employees.
I love it.
Because she hadn't talked or moved in years. And here's what she did. Not only did the resident lean forward, but she petted her with all motion that
that's amazing.
The dog would.
Yeah.
And I just broke I broke down crying because
yes,
there's nothing that you can do in your life than to witness that. It is such an amazing opportunity to see, and I call it magic.
Yes. And Marlina, thank you so much for being a part of the program today. And I know, Marlina, you will be at the Seattle Walk with many members of the Washington Therapy Dog team, walking for a cure, the walk to end Alzheimer's. And the Seattle Walk, just for those that are in the Pacific Northwest area, is on September the 28th at Seattle Center. And you can get more information on the walk at alzwa.org/walk. And for the rest of you across the USA, it's alz.org/walk. And so we look forward again to seeing all of you. And for those of you interested in therapy dogs, it's WA, therapydogs.org. If you're across the USA, Marlina can connect you up with your neighborhood.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Let's work together and help fund a cure in supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's this year, and learn more and donate by visiting alz.org or just call 800-272-3900. That's alz.org or 800-272-3900.